Hello, British literature students. Welcome to the second week. I would say the first full week, but we had a day off on Monday this week for Memorial Day. I do hope that you had an enjoyable Memorial Day and that you remembered our fallen soldiers who sacrificed everything for us to get the opportunity to take British literature classes and to discuss and debate the important issues that are being raised in these texts. So, to our fallen soldiers, let's give our love to them and give our memories, always remember them. And now that we've got that out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about British Lit. There's not much to say this week. I hope you're still working on Jane Eyre, or at least I hope you've started Jane Eyre. You don't want to wait until the day that the paper's due to write this. You've got another 2 weeks. This paper's not due till the 13th. But the reason I gave you so much time is because Jane Eyre is a bit of a long book. It's going to be the longest one we read this entire semester, as opposed to Heart of Darkness, which is less than 100 pages. My copy of Jane Eyre, which is the Penguin edition, is 520 pages. I honestly don't remember what version of Jane Eyre I've got you reading, but it's probably going to be something close to that. So, read 25 pages one day, or break it up into chapters. There's 38 chapters. Read 2 or 3 chapters one day. Read 5 chapters if you've got extra time. Read another 2, 3, 5 chapters the next day. And just keep taking it out in chunks like that, and you'll be fine. I also would like to encourage you to have already looked at the questions for the paper. Don't read Jane Eyre and then go look at the questions. Go ahead and look at those questions as you're reading them. And maybe you don't know what question you want to answer yet because, there's a lot of reading to do. But perhaps, you might see things about self-identity and say, oh, this is what we're talking about. Or perhaps the Christianity question. Oh, this is what I should say in this paper. And make notes, write in the margins of your book. I'm going to show you mine. You can see where I've got the margins in here. And what I've done at the beginning of every chapter, I've actually put at the beginning of every chapter a summary of what's in the chapter. So those are things that'll help you as you write your paper. Some people like to use highlighting markers. Now, if you're going to sell the book back, which I wouldn't recommend because you're only going to get like 50 cents for it, but if you were to sell the book back, then you might not want to use a highlighting marker. But since, like I said, you're probably not going to get anything for it anyway, you might as well just go ahead and keep the book. Go ahead and highlight the passages. Don't forget to read the instructions on the paper as you start to write these papers. It's very important that you read these instructions because following those instructions is going to help you. And of course, I made a video, and I think it's like 20 or 25 minutes on how to write an effective paper. So take the time to watch that and take notes on that as well. The biggest thing, of course, is to follow the instructions that are written in the paper. The one video is going to cover all papers because basically the only thing that's going to change from paper to paper is the actual questions and the actual work that you're writing on. But the actual expectations and rubric will be identical. So that's it. I hope you're enjoying Jane Eyre. I think it's a classic. It was an instant hit back whenever it was written, to the point where people had to know who was this author. And then when they found out it was a woman, they were all like, oh no. But that's part of the beauty of literature. So happy reading. Feel free to ask me any questions through email or contact me during my office hours if you have any. And I'm looking forward to seeing what you have to say about Jane Eyre. I hope you're looking forward to writing these papers too.